What is up, metalheads, and welcome back to the Full Metal Geek Tournament. We are still in round two. I don't know if we're done yet because we're recording these whenever we want to record them, but let's get started. I'm your host, the Red Ranger, Rene Villarreal Jr., a.k.a. RJ, and with me once again is my co-commissioner. Well, I don't know. He writes the questions. That's Robert. How you doing, Robert?
Hi. I'm doing lovely, RJ. This is going to be a great match. This is a round two match. Both of these people earned their victories, definitely. Both hard-fought victories in round one, not by any means, blowout wins for either of these people. And now they're up against each other, and they've played each other before.
Yes, not only have they played each other before, they played each other in round two of the tournament before. We actually just figured that out ourselves, that the last time these guys saw each other, they were, at least on opposite sides, they were playing each other in the tournament, just at different seedings, but still in round two. That's our number 3 ranked Tim Brzakala, the former champ, and Kaleb Koho, a mainstay in this league. You know, Kaleb Koho is one of those guys that just won't go away, but we love him for that. But yeah, this is going to be a hard-fought match. I mean, you might have Kaleb coming in saying like, oh, this is Tim. He's the former champ. You know, I just hope it's not a bad loss. But Kaleb's one of those guys. You can't count him out. Sometimes he'll get the questions that he knows.
Right. He does not have unimpressive wins on his record. He may be the 11th seed, but to get into this match, he had to beat Jay Burns, who has played for the title. So it is not by any means, it's not a good thing to count him out. He can beat anybody on his best day. I think he can play with the best of them. So we'll see if he can bring that today.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go ahead and talk to these competitors real quick. We'll talk to our higher seed competitor, that is Mr. Tim Brzakala, and his manager, Cody Newberry. Tim, welcome back. It's round two.
Thank you.
You secured your spot already, but now, you know, like I said, it's time to start really thinking about whether you want to get back to that title. And I know last time we were a little confused because one thing was said, you weren't sure if it was said. How are you now feeling getting past round one? Now in round two, how are you feeling now about going for the title?
You know what I think? I think we just said a lot of nice things about Kaleb Koho. And a lot of things were said about him. Oh, he beat Jay Burns. You know how he beat Jay Burns? With the best fucking manager who's ever managed him in this league. Me. I managed him in that match. I got him that win. Actually, I didn't really do a lot. That was mostly him doing really well. But that's besides the point. Cody, say something.
I just think, yes, RJ, we are trying to get back to the title. That's why you play a tournament, to get to the ending. So Koho's going to go on the base knowledge that he'll look over Scully's flashcards. He'll watch 0 movies except Hamilton. And when he spins a slice that he's really good at, that he just knows really, he'll go, oh, crazy. What? And then he'll get to the end, spin a 5-point Star Trek question, and be like, that's the fucking question's wrong. It's the fucking wrong question. It's fucking wrong. So when we get to that point and the match is ending and Tim is winning, I told you so. And I still own this belt in this league. I've never lost this belt, just to let everybody know.
Still my belt. Too. Koho, I bet you don't have Spider-Man on your cup. You think about that when you think about who the better geek player is.
Well, I do apologize for not saying enough nice things. I usually like to let Cody say that about you, Tim, because Cody's such a nice guy. We get along now that I don't
Tim
play
won a belt? Koho hasn't.
All right. Well, good luck to y'all, gentlemen. We'll be right back with y'all as we speak to the number 11 ranked contender. That is Mr. Kaleb Koho. Kaleb, first of all, it's okay. I love watching Hamilton all the time, too. But you're here. Hamilton's not involved, but you are here.
I know. I don't have Spider-Man on my cup. I have an empty bottle of water. That's all I got. So bow down to brother Tim. I don't have a lot of expectations for this match in terms of my own performance. There's no fucking crown bullshit gimmick today. It's just I'm playing Tim again. I'd like to win. I'd like to force it to a third match and make a trilogy out of it, but we'll see. I do hope that I just play a good game. That's all I can really hope for myself today. And we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Scully's flashcards got me a couple wins, so see if he gets me on the one.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get things started. Gentlemen, We're going to start, as we always do, with round number one. Round number one will work like this. Each of you will receive 10 questions from throughout the world of Geek. You'll have 15 seconds to write down your answer. Once time is up, you'll reveal your answer and vocalize it. Each correct answer is worth 1 point. If either or both of you go perfect in the first round, there is a bonus question available. Keep in mind, for the entire match, you have 3 repeats available to you, as well as 1 challenge. Robert, I see you're having fun over there with that.
I was.
I'll let you say the rules again eventually one day. But let's get this match started. Tim, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Koho, are you ready?
Sure.
All right. Gentlemen, your first question is going to come in the category of heroes and villains. What hero identity has been taken up by characters named Don Diego de la Vega and Alejandro Murrieta? I did not have problems saying that one.
That was very, very well done.
Well, I'm Hispanic, so it comes with the territory.
It worked.
Gotta roll those
5,
R's.
4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down.
All right, we start with Tim
Zorro?
and Caleb.
Zorro.
Both correct.
All right, your second question is in the category of DC. Who kills mob boss Salvatore Valestra in Batman Mask of the Phantasm?
Robert, I love your question so much, but do you know what I really love when we're hosting together? Like what I truly enjoy? The fact that I don't have to do anything to the document afterwards.
Yeah, I got it covered. Yeah, that's absolutely fair. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please.
All right, Mr. Koho
I believe this one was the Joker.
and Mr. Brzakala.
Oh, the
Both correct.
Both correct. Nice job.
All right. Sorry, we had a slight freeze there. I was just making sure Tim was back before I moved
I'm
on
here.
to question number 3. And we are now in everybody's favorite category of mixed bag. What superpower does War and Peace have in Sky High? And before anyone asks what I usually ask, we'll be lenient.
That's true. It's hard when people say, how specific do you need? It's like, well, we need an answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Need pens down, please.
All right.
Let's see
And
what
Tim.
happens.
So you said you'll be lenient, so I didn't want to. So he creates flames. He can manipulate flame. Is that it?
All right. And Koho?
Yeah, fire blast / makes fire.
Yes.
Fire.
Both are
As
correct.
long as y'all mentioned fire, yes. He has fire powers, guys.
Both correct. Both perfect. It's still a tie game going into question 4, which is in the category of Worlds of DC. What was Lex trying to import with Senator Finch's help in Batman v Superman?
I wish I had a senator in my back pocket.
Insert spicy political joke here. 5.
I tried to
4,
give it to you.
3, 2. I didn't want to go too far. 1. Pens down, please.
All right. Let's go to Caleb.
I believe it was kryptonite.
And Tim?
Kryptonite.
Both correct. All right, gentlemen, your 5th question. This is going to come in the category of Middle Earth. What is the name of Bard's son in the Hobbit series? Obviously, just a first name, because I don't think they have last names in Middle Earth.
They do not. Not really. Son of is the most common one.
Yeah.
Bilbo Baggins.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Hobbits do.
The Bowman. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
God.
We're just going to pretend like we were joking and we knew that.
Editors,
the whole
cut that
time.
out. We'll fix that in post.
Yeah. All right. Tim, the person who actually
You think dragons are your ally? It's Bane.
Koho.
Bane.
Both correct. Tie game halfway through.
All right, your next one in the category of Star Trek. What 2 people fly from the Enterprise to the USS Vengeance in Star Trek Into Darkness?
Okay, Robert, if you're at the Academy, which shirt would you go for? What would you want to do on the ship?
I think the classic gray for everybody. I think it's a good look.
Oh, okay.
Or blue. I'd be a science officer. 5.
I mean, I look pretty good in gold. That's all I'm saying.
3,
Look
2,
nice in it.
1. Pens down.
All right, we start with Caleb
I'm a red shirt because I'm in danger. Con and Kirk.
and Tim.
Con and Kirk.
Both correct.
Nice job, guys. Your next. This is not my question. The next one is not.
That is correct. The next question, gentlemen, is in the category of the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Who pilots Shuri's aircraft to shoot down vibranium weapons during the final battle in Black Panther?
Do you need
Recently,
full
we
name?
watched this. I enjoy it even more.
Do you need full name?
No.
Yes. Oh, you don't? He said you don't, then you don't.
5, 4, 3. Final ruling. No, you don't. 2, 1. Pens down.
Saw the full name of the answer, so my bad. Tim
Everett Ross.
and Koho.
Everett Ross.
They both gave it anyway, folks. Shocker.
I'd already written Everett.
Sam, I'd already written down. Everett Ross.
All right. Your next one in the category of Marvel. In Men in Black International, who plays RZA, an alien arms dealer?
I enjoyed this movie more than I thought I would.
Yeah, me too. I quite
It's not
enjoyed this.
great, but
Saw this
it
in
didn't
theaters
suck.
with a McCall and a Hulk, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
back in the day of theaters. 5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm going to use a repeat.
What? Okay. That is Tim's first repeat. Your question again. In Men in Black International, who plays RZA, an alien arms dealer?
Back in the day, which was a Wednesday, by the way. If anyone could tell me what comedian says that joke, you'll get bonus points in my book.
Richard Pryor.
No.
Had to guess.
Not even close.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please.
All right, Mr. Koho
Rebecca Ferguson.
and Mr. Brzakala.
That's her name. I couldn't pull her name. Yep.
That is correct.
Good job, Go.
All right.
Thank you.
Koho going up by 1 there as we get into your penultimate question. This is in the category of Star Wars. Shake your head all you want, Robert. It's my turn. Who accompanies Anakin and Padme to Naboo in Attack of the Clones? You know I only do it because I love you, Robert.
Yeah, I understand. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
All right, we start with Tim
At least we have R2 in us.
and Caleb.
R2.
That is correct. I wasn't ready for that. That was great.
That is correct. As we go into your final question of this round, should Caleb get this correct, it will be a perfect round for him in the category of Wizarding World. What is the name of the giant spider once owned by Hagrid in Chamber of Secrets?
I always fuck this up.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
And I'd like to build the suspense, but we do go to Caleb first.
Is it Aragog?
And Tim Brzakala.
Good job, Koho. Aragog.
And that is the perfect round for Mr. Koho. All right, so Caleb, there is a bonus question available to you and only you. You don't have to write it down. Just answer within the 15 seconds. Are you ready?
Sure.
All right. And your question is, which DC villain said, "A lot of tape and a little patience makes all the difference"?
The Penguin.
That's correct for the bonus point. All right, so at the end of round number 1, we have a 2-point game. Mr. Koho going completely perfect with 11 points. Tim with 9. Robert, go ahead and break down the rules of round number 2.
All right, round 2 works like this. We're going to bring up a wheel. It's going to have 8 categories plus heroes and villains pick on it. Person in the lead, in this case, Ko, will get to choose if he wants to go first or second. Then whoever's up gets to spin. If they don't like the category, they can spin again, but they do have to stick with the second option. If they do choose to respin, 5 questions, 2 points apiece. There is multiple choice, brings the value down to 1, and there is stealing. The categories in this round are as follows. We have... as I stall, we have Wizarding World, Directors and Composers, Worlds of DC, Mixed Bag, Marvel, Middle Earth, Quotes, and MCU.
Sorry, wrong wheel came up, so I'll bring that up again. I apologize.
Based on those categories, Koho, would you like to go first or second?
I'll defer.
We'll bring
First.
Cody in.
Yes, we will. And just a reminder, gentlemen, you are not allowed to respin if you land on villain's pick on the first spin. Just putting that back in there as the spin is away. And it lands on Wizarding World. Tim,
Put last round behind you. Yeah, we're going to keep it.
Yeah, we'll keep it.
All right. All right, then. And Robert, whenever you are ready, gentlemen, make sure you keep your hands up for this round.
All right, Tim, your question's in Wizarding World. What is the name of the London bar and inn in the Harry Potter franchise that serves as a passage into Diagon Alley and that Harry stays at in Prisoner of Azkaban?
The Leaky Cauldron.
That is correct for 2 points, and it is a tie game. Question 2. In The Crimes of Grindelwald, what spell does Newt use to figure out that the Zawu was at the circus?
Multiple choice.
Okay, is it A, Avenzeguium, B, Revelio, C, Reverte, or D, Oscausi?
B.
B as in boy?
Yes, B is in
Yes, B as in boy is correct for 1 point. Takes the lead with that one. Your third question. Who disguises themselves as Bathilda Bagshot in Godric's Hollow to attack Harry in Deathly Hallows Part 1?
Technically an Asian woman, but Nagini is the answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Your fourth question. Which fruit is Slughorn's favorite that Tom Riddle gave him during a flashback in Half-Blood Prince?
Multiple choice.
Okay, is it A, watermelon, B, pineapple, C, cantaloupe, or D, clementine?
Can I hear those options one more time?
Sure thing. Is it A, watermelon, B, pineapple, C, cantaloupe, or D, clementine?
A.
A is incorrect. Chance for a 1 point steal from Koho. Is it A, watermelon, B, pineapple, C, cantaloupe, or D, clementine?
B.
B is correct for a 1 point steal. It was pineapple. All right, and your final question in this round, Tim. In Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, what is Tina eating while observing the second Salemers meeting?
A hot dog.
That is correct for a huge 2 points for Tim, putting him up 16 to Koho's 12 as we go into Koho's spin.
Yes, indeed. And the wheel is up. And Caleb, your spin is away.
Mhm.
It just barely misses villain's picks and stays in Worlds of DC. Would you like to keep that or use your respin?
I'll keep it.
All right. We'll be keeping it. Give me 1 moment. All right. Remember, gentlemen, let's keep our hands up. And Caleb, your first question in Worlds of DC.
Mhm.
In Aquaman, Jimon Hansu. Sorry, I don't know why I always question how I'm saying it. I apologize. Let me start again. In Aquaman, Jimon Hansu voices King Rako, who rules over what kingdom?
Five,
I'm trying to remember.
Four.
He's the Fisherman King.
2. That is correct for 2 points.
All right. Your next question. Who drives the motorcycle that Harley skates behind in the final battle of Birds of Prey?
Huntress.
That's correct for another 2 points and ties up the game. Your third question. In Suicide Squad, what song is playing during Amanda Waller's introduction of Captain Boomerang when he is stealing diamonds?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, Seven Nation Army, B, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. C, Without Me. Or D, Icky Thump.
B.
B as in boy.
Yes.
That is correct for 1 point. And the lead. Your next question. What kind of accident was involved in Victor Stone being injured as he tells Barry in Justice League?
Kind of accident. Sure, what I'm looking for. I'll go multiple choice to be safe.
All right, your multiple choice options are A, a car crash, B, struck by lightning, C, an explosion, or D, an avalanche.
An explosion.
That's correct for 1 point. And your final question. In Shazam, what is the name of Billy's foster father at his new home?
I'll know when I hear it. Multiple choice.
Multiple choice options are A, Andrew, B, Kevin, C, Victor, or D, Rick.
Is it Victor?
That is correct for 1 point.
All right.
Go ahead.
At the end of Koho's round, he brings his score up to 19 to Tim's 16. Only a 3-point game. Very close as we go into the final round, which I can explain the rules of briefly while RJ brings up the wheel. Basically, you're going to get a 2, 3, and 5-point question. The categories from which these questions come will be determined by a wheel spin. You have 1 respin to use throughout the entirety of round 3, so make sure you use it wisely. And you do have to retake the lead from your opponent in order to force them to answer questions. And we will go until we have a winner. Your categories in this round are Worlds of DC, Star Trek, Middle Earth, Mixed Bag, DC, and Wizarding World. So Tim, because you're currently behind by 3, we're going to go to you for your 2-point spin first.
Yep.
All right. And that spin is away. It lands in Worlds of DC. Would you like to keep that or use your respin?
Yeah, we're gonna keep it. Right.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. All right, Tim, for 2 points to come within 1 of Kaleb. The question. What city do Diana and Steve sail to from Themyscira in Wonder Woman?
London.
That's correct for 2
2
points. All right.
Big hit there for Tim.
He is still 1 point down, though, so we will bring back Cody, bring back up the wheel for the 3-point spin. And Tim, the spin is away. All categories are eligible once again. This time it lands in DC. Would you like to keep that or use your respin?
Yeah, I should
Yep.
keep it.
Yeah, we need a respin for the 5. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep it.
All right. Keeping DC. And all right. Tim, to take the lead, your 3-point question in the category of DC. What DC movie features a line of beauty projects called Bowline? A mysterious woman. Beuline? Sorry.
Beuline.
Beuline? Sorry. Sorry.
Yes.
I am completely sorry.
The answer is Catwoman.
That is correct.
I'm going to
for
go ahead
3
and
points.
accept it. I do apologize.
Yep. That is correct for 3 points. And for the lead, bringing
Yes.
his score to 21 to Ko's 19. So Ko will have to answer more than 1 question to send it back to Tim for his 5.
That is correct. Sorry, I tried to read these questions ahead of time. I thought I had it. I haven't seen this movie in so long. I should have looked it up.
You're fine.
All right. So, Kaleb, your 2-point spin. The only uneligible category is Worlds of DC. Spin is away. And for you, it also lands on DC, but for 2 points. Would you like to keep that or use your respin?
I'll keep that.
All right. Robert, whenever you're ready.
Your 2-pointer in DC. Who has a subtle cameo as a janitor on the Warner Brothers film lot in Teen Titans Go to the Movies?
So Stanley.
5, 4. That is correct for 2 points.
All right, that does tie the game, but he does have to take the lead, so we'll bring back up the wheel again for Caleb. All right, Caleb, on this spin, DC is the only ineligible category. Spin is away. And wouldn't you know it, it lands on Worlds of DC for 3 points.
Okay.
Would you like to keep that or use your respin?
I'll keep that.
Okay.
All right,
gonna
your
be a
3-pointer
DC kinda
in Worlds of DC. What degree does Barry Allen talk to his father about getting in Justice League?
I know what it is. I just don't know if that's
5, 4, 3, 2.
I'll use a repeat.
Your question again. What degree does Barry Allen talk to his father about getting in Justice League? Five, 4, 3.
I'll just say criminal science.
I'm going to say that is incorrect, unfortunately. We were looking for criminal justice.
Criminal justice. Okay.
I think those are different enough that I cannot accept criminal science.
Yeah, that's fine.
So with that, we're going to stay with Koho for his 5-point question.
That was
If
correct.
he hits this, because he has not yet taken the lead, so if he hits this, we'll throw back to Tim for his 5-pointer, and we might be looking at sudden death here, RJ.
We might be, and I wouldn't be surprised if these gentlemen take us to that. So let's go ahead and bring back up the wheel for Koho one last time. Caleb, do keep in mind you do still have your respin available. All categories are eligible as we spin for your 5-pointer. And is Star Trek. Would you like to keep that for 5 points or use your respin?
Just looking to see what else is on the wheel.
I can give you your categories again if you need.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
Worlds of DC, Star Trek, Middle Earth, Mixed Bag, DC, Wizarding World.
I'll keep it.
He is keeping it. Whenever you're ready, Robert.
All right, your question. In 2009 Star Trek, Ambassador Spock gives Scotty his own equation for what specific engineering feat?
Do you need the actual technical term or
We need what it's called in the movie, yeah, not just what it does.
transwarp beaming?
That is correct for 5 points.
5 big points right there. So, as Robert said, we now go back to Tim. He still has his 5-pointer available. However, if he hits it, we go to sudden death. If he misses, Kaleb Koho will win and move on to round number 3. So, we brought back in Cody. Here's the wheel. Gentlemen, you still have your respin available as well, and Star Trek is the only eligible category as we spin. And it lands on Middle Earth. Would you like to
Well,
keep
we're going
that?
sudden
or
death.
use your
We'll do
respin?
Yeah, we'll keep it.
I'm not
All right.
risking the bag later.
All right. And 10, keep in mind you just still have 2 repeats available.
Yep. Repeats reset, right? In sudden death? Or
You reset to 1.
Oh, so I can use so I can use all
Yeah.
2.
If we
Exactly.
have repeats before, do they carry or is it just a
They do not.
Always resets to 1.
Cool. Just
Yeah.
want to make sure.
Absolutely. All right. Tim, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. For 5 points, send in sudden death. Your question. Which mountain does the Fellowship attempt to travel over before deciding to go through the mines in Fellowship of the Ring?
I always mispronounce it.
Five, 4.
Repeat the question.
Okay, you have 1 repeat left.
Which mountain does the Fellowship attempt to travel over before deciding to go through the mines in Fellowship of the Ring?
I was going to say it because I'm probably going to say it wrong. but it's Coretta. Fuck. Sorry, hang on.
5, 4,
Repeat the question.
3. Okay.
I'm gonna
Last
write
repeat. Which mountain does the Fellowship attempt to travel over before deciding to go through the mines in Fellowship of the Ring?
Karatahas.
All right, that is correct for 5 points. Tim did get that correct, so it is 26-26 as we go into sudden death. RJ, you want to go for the sudden death rules?
Yes, I will. Gentlemen, sudden death basically goes back to a whiteboard round format. Basically, what will happen, you know the drill. We will ask you a question. You have 15 seconds again to write down your answer. First person to hit while the other person misses will be the winner. If you both miss or both hit, we continue until that happens. So the repeats have been reset to 1. So you now each have 1 repeat available for the remainder of the match.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Robert, we'll hit him with the questions whenever he's ready.
Okay. Your first question. We don't do categories for this.
We
right?
do not announce the categories
Right.
for sudden death.
Okay.
We do not.
There we go. What mixed bag movie features characters named Kevin Wendell Crumb, Elijah Price, Dr. Ellie Staple, and David Dunn?
Good list of characters. Good list.
It is a list. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's see what they got.
All right, Tim
Glass.
and Koho.
Glass.
Both correct for 1 point.
Pick the right one. Okay.
All right, your next question. Who gave the Deathly Hallows to the Peveril brothers, the original owners? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please.
All right. Koho
I think it's death.
and Tim.
I also put that.
Both are correct for another 1 point. All right. Your next question. In Avengers Endgame, who does Clint pass off the stones to once the battle has begun?
I want to say stuff, but this is a tense moment, so I'm just.
It's very tense. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
All right, Tim
Black Panther.
and Caleb.
Black Panther.
Both are correct. All right, your next question. In Ghost Rider, how does Johnny's father die? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
And I think we're on Caleb now.
Cancer.
And Tim.
I believe the devil cures cancer, and I think he dies in a motorcycle accident.
And your winner, Tim the Hulk Brzakala. He's correct. The devil does cure the cancer, and the motorcycle accident happens a few days later. That was maybe the most tense match I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, it wasn't the longest sudden death we've ever had, but that is probably one of the most
close.
tense situations I've ever felt. So let's go ahead and talk to these competitors real quick. We will start with Mr. Koho. Caleb, I remember you saying behind the scenes, before this match, you just wanted it to be gentle. I wouldn't really call that gentle, but the thing is, you didn't get TKO'd, you didn't get KO'd, you took him to sudden death. You went 4 questions in, man. How are you feeling about that performance?
I feel good. I should have said criminal justice. That's the thing that's gonna haunt me for the whole time. I knew he's a forensic scientist in the comics, so I'm like, I was like, I don't know if he went for science. There's a thing for it, so that's on me. But I feel pretty good. I think I played one of my best games. I left it all out there. That's all I can ask. Tim played great.
I think this is your best game statistically, by the way. Yeah, you should be very. Yeah, this is a really, really good game.
Cool. Right. Like I got a perfect round. That's cool. Yeah. At the end of the day, like I'm still on the roster. I lost in sudden death, and it wasn't like a one and done sudden death. Tim played great, so I feel good. I'll be back whenever, and yeah. So.
No, I mean, of course, with this, like you said, you will be back next season. You know, your ranking will determine how many people retest back in, how many new people we have. But you know, you're going to be one of the people that a lot of these new guys are going to have to look out for, because you're a good competitor, and they think like, oh, like Caleb's never, you know, Caleb's like one of those guys. He has more losses than wins, but that don't mean nothing in this league because of the caliber of players we have, and yourself included in that statement. So, Caleb, good job tonight, man. We'll see you next season.
Okay, I appreciate it.
He showed a lot of improvement on categories as well. You know, he's hitting the Middle Earth questions. He's hitting those Wizarding World questions. He's hitting Star Trek 5-pointers, for God's sakes. Like, this guy, maybe most improved player we've seen.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's talk to the most winning player that we have, at least at this moment, and that is Tim Brzakala with his manager. Tim, you know, that was a tight one there. You only missed that one in round one that stopped you from getting the perfect round, but you fought your way back, man, a little. Like I said, I know you let that still go in round two, but hey, you went perfect in round three. You got all the questions right in sudden death, man. How's the win feel?
Good. I'm beating myself up over Rebecca Ferguson. I should have fucking hit that. But other than that, I'm not mad at myself about missing pineapple. I had no idea. It went right over my head. So yeah, good job, Cody.
Yeah, I don't want to be on this side of it because I just know how this community is. I think that round 5 is going to be the one that's going to get us flack at the end of the day. But I'm happy with the performance. I think you need to pay attention maybe what gets eaten in Wizarding World films. That seemed to be a popular or favorite food types.
Hot dog.
Yeah, there was a few of those. Not shit that we're really remembering. And what shows up at a zoo. No, Tim's a great player. Koho's a great player. There's no, like, the days of Koho's not a good player are, like, past. Like, Koho is a top-tier Geek player. There's no question about it. He really good in DC. He got both of those pretty much and then was able to run it. And he knows Star Trek. Like, he knows his categories now. So, yeah, he had us all the way till the end, and then it was a Marvel question that did him in, but like I think at the end of the day, he'll always be up in the top 5 competing. Like he has more losses than wins, but that's because he's played great players and just he was put in like multi situations at some point in this. Like so, he's going to even it out at some point. Give him some easy players, he'll be 500 and he'll be going for a belt at some point. Like he's a great player, but yeah, Tim's a fantastic player. He always is. He proves it in and out. There's just some stuff you just never retain from certain movies. Like I didn't know it was fucking pineapple either. So, and I love that movie.
That's my favorite Potter film, and I was like, whoa, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, so that being said, done with round 2. You're moving on to round 3. Tim, you will be facing the winner of Dominic Rizzi and Albert Wertaharma. How are you feeling about whoever comes out of that side?
We like Albert. Albert's a nice person. We like him.
I think it's gonna be Albert.
If I lose to Albert, then fantastic. Albert's great. Even with Koho on his managing, I would assume Koho's managing him. Even with that, I would be happy. That would be whatever. Albert's great. I've already beat Rizzi. He beat me, then I beat him. Then I think Maggie beat him once, and then I don't care anymore. If I have to play Rizzi, I'm done with playing Rizzi. I'm sick of it. I'm fucking sick of it. So give me Albert because that
there's no like Albert is one of those up and coming Geek players that is super good, and Rizzi is good, but he can't think fast enough to get those answers out. So
yeah, that's my Rizzi right there.
All right. Well, we will see what comes out for that. But until then, we will see you guys in round 3. Always a pleasure to have y'all. See you next time. Robert, any final thoughts on that tight round 2 match? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it was a close sudden death. Both players hitting their fives was big, but there were drop questions in there too. Like Tim said, the Rebecca Ferguson, like the criminal justice. Checking the multiple choice a couple times for Koho. This could have gone any number of different ways. This is the way it went, and it is one of the most tense matches that we've ever seen in this entire history of the league. The few years, however long we've been doing it. So I'm very proud to have been a part of it, and I'm looking forward to seeing Tim take on the winner of Dominic and Albert.
No, yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that match. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for this episode. Make sure you do all the nice things you do for us. Like, comment, subscribe, all the nice things. For everybody who was here, for Kaleb, for Cody, for our winner, Tim, for my co-host, Robert, I've been your host, the Red Ranger. We'll see you guys next time here at Full Metal Geek.